to kick off the week than with a little girl chat, right?
Yes.
Here we go. First up, former President Bill Clinton recently sat down with Charlie Rose in a CBS This Morning interview where he was asked what he would do as first gentleman. Do you guys know what first gentleman is? Yeah? Oh, you guys are
we
smart.
never
I
had
didn't know.
one,
Yeah.
but, you know.
For those that don't know, you know how they have ladies and gentlemen. There was a first lady. Now there might be a first gentleman. So if Hillary were elected president. So if you haven't seen it, take a look.
There was a great article in one of the papers the other day, or a magazine, saying that I should really be a first lady. That is, that I needed to help accomplish the full transformation of the gender role. But I think, first and foremost, I should do whatever I'm asked to do.
Wow.
Wow.
That sounds like a smart answer to me.
Yes.
Well, this got me thinking about what Bill's role as the first gentleman will actually be. It would be so cool and historic, but at the same time, I feel like he was a president.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to say it, they're still gonna call him Mr. President in this case, don't you think?
You think so?
For sure,
No.
but I feel like he will be a great support for her. He's been in the shoes that she's about to fill.
Yeah. He can give her lots of
possibly.
advice.
Yeah.
Because he's been there before.
Well, that's kind of a cardinal rule right there for husbands. Just to say, I will do as I am told. That's really
I like that.
That's really sweet and thoughtful because we know it's not in a demeaning way.
At all, but
Yeah.
that he genuinely wants
in a
to...
supportive way.
Exactly.
Of course.
If he becomes the first gentleman, he should do what the first lady does.
Yes.
I mean, they make appearances.
Yes.
They create initiatives.
They tell you about how important vegetables are, and get some Michelle Obama arms.
I was gonna say,
Like-
man, the best first example I've ever had of an amazing first lady in my time was Michelle Obama, man.
She killed it.
She supported her husband, but we know her for what she
did,
does. We
yes.
know her. And so I love President Clinton so much, but I would be really honored to see what he would do as a first gentleman, because it shows how a man in today's world could stand beside his woman, because let's be real, women today, there's a lot of breadwinners in the household. Women are leading the families.
Yes.
And so it's nice to have that example.
To be a pillar.
Pillar.
To be a pillar for her.
How do you think your significant others would feel about being the first gentleman?
Adam would love it. I think Adam would love to be Mr. President as well.
Yeah, he would.
I swear to
He
God.
would.
I think Adam would do really, really well as Mr. Gentleman.
Yeah?
One thing I do love about my husband, you know, he supports me in everything
Yes.
that I do. There have been times when I work more than he does, and there have been times that, you know, he works more than me. So I think he would handle that situation very well. But what people don't know about my husband is that he actually went to Stanford, and he got a degree in national security.
Adam got a degree in national security?
Yes, he did, you guys. A lot of people don't know that.
Awesome.
That's so dope.
Yeah.
He's really rounded. Baseball, news, national
He's
security.
very knowledgeable
Pretty
on that
much.
subject.
What
Yeah.
about Freddie?
Freddie, I think he would be, I know he would be an amazing first gentleman, because he really loves our country, and he really, I mean, he wears American pride all over his sleeves. Like, he loves our country.
That's an American boy right there.
Yeah, it is. But I wonder if he would be able to let me lead the country and not always be like, babe, I think we should do this. And can I see your notes? And what are you planning? What are you going to do over here? And what are you going to do about the tax laws there? I know he would actually really help me a lot, because he teaches me what the middle America knows, and what the left side knows, and the right side, and both sides of the parties. And I like an open-minded person in my household, because I don't think it's just one way.
That is awesome. Yeah.
my God.
Okay, well, when we did Girl Chat and Israel was on the show, I was like spastic. Like, I'm telling you guys, I was like clammy hands and I couldn't get it together. I was talking so much, I should have shut up and let him talk more, because he's way more calm and collected.
Yeah.
Like, I get like, oh my God, rattling and spastic. And he's way more like thinks things through. He's very, very calm. He's the person that on days when I'm like, I don't know, he's like, breathe. Be calm, and I love that about him. And I think if you're running a country, you would need somebody that, in the midst of the craziness, can be your peace. So I love that.
If I was president, I'd have a first gentleman, a second, and a third.
Yo, I'm into that. Yes.
Being the first gentleman may be tough, but so is real dad, and one dad named Chad Milner recently spoke out in Madame Noir about a post that he put up about a fear he had for his 3-year-old daughter, Sydney, being the only black girl on her soccer team. Chad wrote, "As a black man, I can't help but think about race most places I go. I can't help to think about people seeing me first as a person of color and whatever negative connotations come along with that, strictly based on stereotypes. While I am okay with this for the most part, I don't want people to do that to my daughter. It's a terrible feeling for anyone to feel judged, left out, or uncomfortable in a group because of who they are." I feel that she's 3 years old, and when they're that young, they don't know about race yet. And I think he doesn't need to put that, he doesn't need to worry about it as yet. But also, there is conversation in this country about how race is treated, and I agree there are some problems. But I can speak for me. I've been black all my life, right?
Have you?
Yes.
Really?
Say it ain't so.
I didn't realize how
And
you...
I'm used to, you know, being a minority. I mean, I work in an industry where this is the first show where we have all women of color. But most of the time, But most of the time, when I go into a meeting, I know I'm going to be the only black person. You know what's really funny is when I go, like, to the Emmy parties.
Yeah.
And you know it's only about 12 black people out of a sea of other people.
Yeah.
But when you see that one black person, you know, you give them that black nod, you're like,
I see you, girl.
You know what? You know,
I did that. It was Omar Epps. It was Omar Epps, the actor. We were at some NBC event, and I saw him, and I was like, and he was like, and we don't know each other, but it's just, so I guess what I was trying to just say is that for me, I don't let it worry me. I don't make that a part of me. I don't
Yes.
walk into a room and go, I'm the only black. They're gonna think think I'm country or they're gonna think I'm ghetto. I don't care about that. I'm gonna be me no matter who I am.
I agree with you.
Yeah, no matter where you go, you will always be you.
I don't know. I kind of had that experience, but it was quite different because when my sister and I went to high school, there weren't many children of mixed race, actually. It's just now become a thing where a lot of people are mixing, and it's more normalized. So I always had the fear of being accepted. You hear a lot of mixed people go, oh, well, maybe I'm not black enough, or maybe I'm not white enough. But just like you, I stopped letting people define who I am.
Right.
I was like, you know what? I'm not going to focus on what they think of me. I'm going to think of myself and try to be the best version of myself and try to set a positive example. And then after that, people don't even, you know, they don't even care after a while.
True.
You
We
know?
gotta stop thinking too that all people are bad.
Yes.
That's the thing. And I know with a lot of things that's happening in the news, everybody's got these, you know, notions. And yes, there are some bad people, but there's some really good and sweet
Yes.
people
Yes.
in this. And we have to, I always go in positive. Right.
Acknowledge the good folks.
You know what I really love is where I grew up in San Jose. I was surrounded. My neighbors were Hispanic and African American, and I was the only Vietnamese American family in our block, and they invited us into their culture. So for when I turned 15, they gave me my first quinceañera dress. I learned how to make tamales. I had braids. I couldn't wear them very long, but I did. But like those things invited me into the culture, and it taught me now to be proud about my culture and share it.
Yes.
And when you're proud about your culture and you welcome people, like I'll never forget when I first went into Adrian's family party for Valentine's Day, they had the music going and they had the food, and when you get invited into someoe's culture, guess what? It feels like family no matter what skin color you are.
That is so true. Always. Even if I was different, like, you know, being Latina, I always actually ended up using my difference as an advantage. I always said, oh, I'm different. And instead of saying that's a negative thing, I turned it into a positive. And I'm like, oh, I can be the first Latina of daytime television.
Yeah.
How awesome is that? You know, you can use it to make a pathway for the rest of the people. And I just feel so proud of that. And be proud of being an individual. Be proud of being different. You are unique. We are all unique in our own ways. we should own that.
Yes.
Yes.
Own it.
For sure.
But like I said, we don't want to negate that there are issues, there are
Absolutely.
problems.
For
We're
sure.
not trying to say that. What I'm saying is, in this situation, change that negative, that feeling that you know you need to be accepted. Change that to a positive. People try to say I'm fat. I'm not fat. I'm full. That's what I am. Change the thinking, Chad.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. That's so,
You know, I have
love
a question
that.
for you, Tam.
Yes.
You know, your kids are growing up in a whole new generation.
Yes.
Different from yours.
Yes.
Aren't they
beautiful.
cute? Look at
Oh
them.
my gosh, they're so beautiful.
So
And
my
they love
question
each other.
to you is, how are you going to handle it?
How am I going to handle it? This is the reality of the situation. I have 2 children that look different.
Yes.
Aiden has blonde hair and blue eyes. And Araya has, you know, more melanin in her skin, and I love it. And she has beautiful, big brown eyes. I know that when they get to school, because they're only 2 years and 9 months apart, that some people are going to question, you know, like, do you guys have the same, you know, mom? Do you guys have the, you know, same dad? Whatever. I'm just going to say, you know what, guys? Just, again, like what I went through, just focus on what you think about yourself and share a positive perspective of others in return.
Yeah.
So that way, you can be an example, but be a great one at that.
Yeah.
Don't make it about, you know, skin color. Make it about who you are as a person.
Yeah.
Right.
And how you are contributing positively in this world. That's what matters.